Court. Women here who on the screens say for me no can say no yachino. Now the issue about Vera Asare, idea to say kakra. Now Vera Asare issue no, I'm sure say most of you have seen it on social media. Ninya say Vera Asare na oni abranti bi edit information na ban because abranti no kan say oba be tukwan we fi Dubai ba na osan so aba be tukwan na na information lady no pick information say I say abranti na no ne date no abranti na efa na chi nti eho e na otita abranti na we are learning say a day to the traveling or so story ni enwan but we are learning say a day to the traveling or so no e na lady no e kwat 10 na say okuhwe acid egu be ma no any much say be ma ne there I will try as much as possible and get you the video but be ma ni nim there for acid asay na say be ma no akoye say dua ya be the acid egu nim there say for you can never be well in this world and no enuti no e chi lady no Emma issue no kwaye back and forth be Emma back and forth na kwaye and finally no me no ka say no this lady have been jailed for a total of almost 12 years in jail for her role in committing this atrocious crime. Now may the BB Babe 2 screens so for you to know exactly the kind of person I can ask them and also know update about now that she's been found guilty no nema bibri wo wa e bit me bibi ni so na eti for more no you can understand where this issue is going on even how a young man's life because of jealousy no me no ka say a young man has lost his whole life all because of baby nti e say odwen ho kra onti ase. Now the whole issue say am di kan kai and it stand from a year issue a see here between Salady way and then the boyfriend he didn't a friend Daniel Omane and Daniel Omane. As I was saying earlier on, they were dating, but the name Eddie see last 2 years, November 29, 2024, a brand new victim not done, and yes year omoka say a year yes our victim you know. Now what that said the boyfriend and now what done pay and now what done and the girlfriend as a den a friend a very sorry or koyo kushi acid egu no so a say enya asem kwetwa na victim ni dey say am dey kan is acid dey gu ho honam nyina be ro nti ne honam e ro ye e ma koye surgery akwaniaba sa na me no ka say no due to medical complications near the no we are learning say the victim involved in last year July in obuye yakopon to ne sa e frɛ no a victim in friend Daniel Omane and but then me no ka say sia no ensem na ko pie court ama ensem ni ko pie court no a jail lady no of only 12 years in jail for party say this is not right. Now this lady in question or no and on the wall on your far left of your screens no oba lady na ohwe acid no and the boyfriend na oni ni date the boyfriend no gina car ne ho a very handsome man asacha menuka se yankopon ato ne sa fe na he is dead. Now court equity in same no court about say they be lady no what he did and what she did was something na say enye until they charge her with manslaughter, involuntary manslaughter and all that aforementioned what you say. And all that aforementioned, near charging ni we ne kupie court na court ebema verdict court say uncle dim for 12 years. This 25-year-old will now be in jail for only 12 years for killing someone's son. Now we have some court scenes because this is definitely idea as a odwen hokra onti ase to say these are certain things of course very very sad. Share the video involved of what really happened one of the sessions or mukoye ewo court so you better trust because this is a very sad issue and mind you the family members of this particular abranti aminokas yankopon atone se afre no omokasaye and some of them and most of them were not happy at all by how this whole thing and how almost all of these things how it even went on. Aminokas the lady just got almost only 12 years in jail. Video babaka we will continue with this particular update.
Minishia mekafa huna momi bada de woni de ebusu ya mi ya me ka senya me ya mi refita Edi 10 years kura mekai. Na me ni hwe meka se me di misa mu nyina ma nyame nyame no be di ama me. Na mom court asamo meka ni di omo ka bia me da me hwe amani. 10 years no omo ka ni de sha. Efisa di odi ayaya no. Ayo, eya papa.
Udi na u me na udi.
Me ne me ma. Kani me nua no. Egusu di yaw agbro ho ahima ko baso. Efisa eni ma pa oje, eni mi ma gu ko emu. Ni nyina boye. Ya bra bo asai. Ya ko keji ko na ye. Ni ya ye basa. Efisa di gu de so fi ni adi gu de so ko pim ni wo. Amani ani o ha go. Iti 10 years ni die to sha. Ni ti ni ko bi kam go. O ko de nu. Say boni no di ye, boni no di ye no. Unti asuka. Afibo.
Bano obre pa sa film.
Obre yo. Me ba ni bra ya di hu nyina woro ayekulo. Da mi ko hu no na makoma ni me ni pedua. Obre ya kasa. Obre ya se no wu, obre ya se no wu, obre ya da de obre ya. Me ba ni bra yo. Obre ya papa. Na me di hwe ameka. Sami de mesa mu nyina amanyable. Ono di obi oni asem. Amani. Jodi masem ebami.
Many member and mission for ya say Abansa. You see, when you say about a judgment day. No more to say that no ya on this year, near Casacasa San. So, we may fear this year. In fact, a corner what I am, and I say, Minion, telephone now. And that is a true guy. I said, the Badania, who I'm calling you, I never see Badania with you. It never be Timuda. That he won't name me. I could never see so about the black. Everybody know the air. I want to make cancer. I was looking at my wife. And you don't feel about Cassanson. Everybody in the boat, you know what I did in the Bemans.
It is a Shannon, I'm shading.
Oh, to say, yes, you may be and yes, you but you trust with the legal. I tell you some of my game, you some mommy.
No, pregnancy test no castle on your moi. Potty,
and yes, and then I have to take care. And I can be at the High Court.
Oh, but I'm not on your way. Because it's what we are saying, a Jelino.
And I did see a war on him. Last year up to this year, one must go for another appear.
Inti abrantie Daniel nebusuafo and omode same way to you could clearly see sir they are not really happy with how things went and that's the 10 of events not many engine crab but no can say no they are since 10 years they are not lady no it's too small and looking at the fact sir this particular lady involved the guy the victim involved the victim is now dead. You should look at this like differently, saying say okay, dear Ben Pan of course I didn't tell man just 10 years. So that is exactly what is really going on as a one tears here. But regardless, no, you need the same nature at the BCBR and we'll make sure that we'll give you more update on this particular issue. Meanwhile, coming A+ at the Simbi Ababe Tuja, and he is saying say he's been bidding for Mohammed's third term, but then the Simbi Abba or teach him why he was initially asking say Muhammad on to us for the third term. I know said there are many concerns as to why Muhammad should go for a third term, but then A+ had this to say. Yankoti in Sema Kwame A+ or the Tuja Babaka. We will continue with this particular update.
I never was also your records.
No, me make a statement.
Was some
have you abandoned?
And I'm saying I never called for a third term for John Mahama. I only called for an end to term limits, whether it's today, whether it's after John Mahama, whether it's Bawumia Beye president, whether it's Asiedu Nketia Beye president. I'm saying that we have to look at ending term limits in Ghana. That's it. I never said that John Mahama.
That was the advocacy?
Of course.
And you still advocate for it?
Oh, I think that term limits M1 There is nowhere in this world, there's not a single country in this world that only term limits develop. And people are not looking at it from that angle. But I can tell you for a fact that there is not a single country under the sun or may develop it with term limits.
And move from third world to first world with term limits.
Ebin Sida, America, and Obeka. Say America, but America never had term limits for 150 years. They only had term limits in 1951 during the 22nd Amendment. Before then, all those who were contesting for just 2 terms were doing that just by convention. It was not law. It was not law. No, there is no country in this world that Omaya term limits would 8 years. England, the king, the monarch in a building or mine. Everywhere that you have developed, because would your 8 years be 4 years work or 12? 8 years be also some bibia. Now, by the ye simple ye. John Mahama say President Kufuor Okanye, Senka President Kufuor, or minister of developer or mine. Every time I know a president I'll be seen that can even Ghana. Every government has almost performing on in their first term, because there is an incentive to perform, which is the second term. And when they get the second term, there is no incentive to perform, because naturally say they will lose 8 years. Into if you work on a galamsey period, but if Argentina Ghana politics no obia come me too 30 million okruma me to me cause some democracy to person be black star me ko black star meaning bo say with a human right into black star person be bobi esa na who discriminate because person be bobi meaning bo Argentina eba amemwo dia e was obia can be e was a select omo mbe ya asofo omo mbe bobo omo mbe buman obia politician bia make decision bia na osuro electorate no hwe say yete Ghana ha na Chinese need to be fairly in so say o si dan esi so na obetuma kwa China kwatwadua but baby ya fairly presi lagoon ya na say minister na minister Greater Accra regional minister Greater Accra mayor na minister omo hwe monye edwuma na moye no say president say electorate no mom to aba no foot soldier for na ade edwa nti ombeju anya hwe okwa anya me be hira wasefo be di ye say e build your mind no hwe maame no gina ne na so baby o say ye kala ni petu o say ye kala mu firi ho onsura de this is the nipa say no ne om qualify say de o mind show om nsa China nipa ha no aba feeling so no we si dan yesi so na town and country plan ye tu om kawo. But yes, sorry, I see a quite demolition. That time around Crophonis, not town and country planning for when. Me, we am a president of Ghana. First thing, quite be a year, be a second, we be 20 years, but say audit. It also quite 20 years, I say, as I say, quite no heifer. I say, and I said, that's all. Won't to me, you're quite non living thing. I'm a quine and say, no, what that's what you say. Why you're quine? A quine, I say, no, coming from my quite many years, after any years, I any be more. And a president no ono onim kwan mu president Kufuor ye kwan fia kokuma say oda so ti Ghana kwan na say etut asay kra. How can any government build a road na say na government ni move forward there you also move ko na echire ma behwe say we num na ye what you say but president Kufuor on yet engineer highways engineer na say baby omo ye kwan minimum on ye edwuma ho nti no wona e dia hye wonsa se wona wo behwe me begina kwan so say ye you and you me hu but wona e hye wonsa no as engineer na wona wo hwe no say ye se kwan be di 20 years na e di 5 years na tutu say e chi wutu sa na e di bu mai one fa say no de na democracy no ye the more time wo person wo developer won ye you na we sidan town planning for munim say baby ankofo de bia mu de ka twem wo ho you know mo adwuma no say e wo say mo planning o man no mo planning o man no na ankofo no sidan ni wi a mo ba say ye bebu.
But without democracy you will not be in parliament.
I will say democracy no ye tailor no and ye one size fit all kind of stuff. The democracy in Ghana won't work in Burkina Faso. The democracy in China won't work in England. Human beings are different, and democracy no see a tailor no depending on their culture, their history, and everything. You cannot practice the same democracy in Iran, in Australia. And you know, we have to practice. I am a Democrat. I believe in democracy, but our democracy must be tailored in such a way. Say, ebe boye ma ye develop it. You cannot have every party coming with their manifesto. When you have a National Development Planning Commission, what is their job? We have to have a blueprint as a country that every government will follow. Every government must campaign and say that, yeah, bano, the amino, your plan, they say, you better deal with them, we know, omo chawa, hunting, monto abama, and yan and tem, and yes, say, be a win with you, and pay yan by yan, you say, that big plan at the hot. But I can say, we know, the boarding, moto abama, and baby, and tem, you be any cheaper so, a bell last so. That is the campaign. You cannot run a country with party manifestos. And that was the recommendation of the National of the Constitution Review Commission, the one that was set up by Professor Mills. It was part of the recommendations, and this is what we have to do as a country. It's, you know, whether if Ghana ye na manko parliament na anything, because without democracy, men na manko parliament ebe say Ghana ye sanka men kasa.
Okay, so that's some way and Kwame A+ edit 2